everybody, welcome back to the Little Things podcast, where we take a step away from the big picture and look at all the gorgeous and beautiful things that life has to offer. Hello, I'm your host, Alexis Scott, and welcome to today's episode. Hello, welcome back, and welcome to the start of a new chapter, of a new experience. We are officially doing video formation of the podcast, and I'm really excited because I've been wanting to do a video style of these episodes for such a long time. I just was not able to do it in my current predicament, but now I'm officially off at college, starting college in a dorm. I can officially do videos now, so here we are, and welcome, and this will be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your podcast, but it's just more accessible, and if you need somebody to listen to, or just need a friend to talk to in the background while you maybe clean or do something and have it on your TV, here we are here, and I'm super excited that you are joining me today in this great experience and through the progression of this whole thing and being able to get here now, so here we are. So I hope you have been doing well. I hope that life has been going good, and like everything that you've wanted in life is going just exactly how you want it, and with the new transition into the fall season, I hope that everything is just well and good, and you're getting the good fall vibes from everything, and that honestly, it's just been going well, and if you are having any rough patches, hopefully they were smoothed out very shortly. And that does relate to this episode's topic, so before we get started, I hope you're having a glorious day, night, evening, whenever you are listening or watching this. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get started on today's episode. My choice is an Alani, of course, as per usual. You know, every episode I always have one. It is just what I have to record. It's just the perfect thing. So grab whatever you would like, get cozy, get a blanket, and let's get on to today's episode talking about officially transitioning in life and starting college. So, what does it mean? We are officially in this new chapter of life. This podcast started when I was a sophomore in high school, and now here we are, the big daunting task. College has arrived. And if any of you are in the same boat or were in the same boat, what was it like? I want to hear your stories. Please share them at the Little Things podcast on Instagram, and I want to hear more about people's experience moving to college. Maybe you went far, maybe you went short, and we will talk about that today, but kind of just the overall, what it was like for you, because hearing your experiences is what really drives this community. So please feel free to reach out and share your experience with us. Starting college, this new chapter of life, what does it mean? What does it look like? What is college? You know, things like that. That's what we're talking about in today's episode. We're going to get real, we're going to get deep, and we're going to talk about everything that this journey has been, because hopefully maybe you're a senior who's starting the college application process. Maybe this can help you kind of learn what it's like, and maybe you're looking to go halfway across the country. What does that look like to you, and how can you learn from this and grow? And then maybe this can help you with your decision and application process, because I remember during my application process, it was the most stressful and daunting time of my life, probably. So just to finally get over that hurdle and to be here, and just we're going to be talking about how the hard work and everything really does attribute to where you're going to be, and know that wherever you end up, and I'm talking if you've made it to college now, if you're a senior, applying, junior, if you're a freshman, just worried about where you're going to go, even if you're worried 4 years out, know that it's all going to end up okay no matter what. That's the main thing, that where you end up is where you're meant to be, and maybe it's going to change. Maybe it'll change halfway through your career, and that is okay. Let's get on into the first topic of talking about what it's been like, what does this look like, and what this journey has looked like moving halfway across. I'm in the glorious, glorious place of Malibu, California, at a wonderful school, Pepperdine University. I'm in my first year here. I'm studying international business and then minoring in instrumental studies for the flute, so that's kind of where the career path has led to now. But to start, that's where I'm at. So what has this looked like? What did the application process look like? How did I get here? How does someone from Oklahoma move halfway across and get here? Well, I remember starting the application process, and it was being quite a daunting task. And that is part of the reasons why there hasn't been as many episodes, just this whole experience. But we're finally here. We can work and grow. And so the application process during the time, I applied to 20 colleges in total. And that was Definitely, it took some time, it took some effort with the writing and kind of getting all the applications done and everything. But it was good, and it just takes time. Biggest advice, just take time with it, spread yourself out. Don't do it the night before, because we all have a tendency to do that. Don't do it. But the application process in itself was good, and so during the stressful time, because it is a very stressful experience, during that time, I was waiting and waiting and waiting. I spent days working on applications, time after time, working on my resume, working on my portfolio, all of these things, sent it out, and I sent in Pepperdine as my last application. The college that my dream college was the last application I sent in, and this was because I wanted to send it in with flute for fine arts, so I had to wait a little bit to perfect my pieces before I sent them in. So I went through an audition process. I played certain pieces and scales for the fine arts department, and then was a daunting task of waiting. Waiting is the scariest part of this whole thing, so please prepare yourself and get ready. And if you've been through it, you understand waiting to just hear that yes or no. Did I get in? Did I not get in? Maybe you got in, but you'll have to see. The whole thing, the most unnerving time, because as someone who wanted to go far and get out, and I'm sure there's people who are listening to this now who do want to do that, and I'm talking to you, that if you want to go far and get out, it's the scariest thing, because you don't know where you're going to end up, or if you have a yes or a no. So for me, that was the only way to get out, to go far, and to leave was through college, and that's why I did it. That's why I pushed myself to go farther and go away from home, because I knew that, yes, it was a lot of hard work and a lot of time and effort. It turned out to be okay, no matter where I ended up. And we're going to get to that here in a minute. But the waiting process was the most daunting time. But then, in about March, I found out that I got into Pepperdine, and that was just the most, I don't know, I cried. I didn't cry about any other college applications, but that was the one that I was really excited for, and I cried, and I was like, okay, it's going to be okay, and this is what's meant to be. So then, towards the end of high school and the end of graduation, we spent time getting ready and what it would be like to realistically go there, and could I do this, and am I going to be able to go to this college, or am I going to have to pick somewhere closer? And luckily, everything, the universe worked in its favor. All the manifestation and all the journaling and just prayers that I sent out into the universe did end up working, and I was able to go. I sent in the request and the okay form, and now here we are. So then, process of the summer. What did the summer look like? Well, I told myself that I'm going to enjoy my summer, to have fun with people and enjoy it before I leave, but it was time to seriously lock in with what I wanted to do. That means that I took the step back and just realized, okay, maybe I don't need to, be at home working on things all the time. So I hung out with friends. I hung out with people that I've never met before until that summer, and became long-term friends with them, and it was an amazing process. I was working at a coffee shop. Great experience, great people. I do highly recommend, if you ever need a little summer job, work at a coffee shop, because you meet so many great people, so many good experiences, and you can make a killer latte or matcha, so just letting you know, great experience. But outside of that, it was spending time with people, really finding myself. Who was I going to be moving? Because I am a 26-hour drive away from my house in this place. So I was being able to fully envision myself, envision who I was going to be, and turn that into the person I am right now. It wasn't simply just, what is it going to be like? What, am I just going to be myself? Am I just going to go? No, it was who and how can you be the best version of yourself. So that's our first point, is making the best and fulfilling the best version of yourself when you're moving into a new transition. So if you're moving into college, if you've started college your first year, really take the time to truly learn who you are. It's not simply just moving to college and just, oh, I'm just gonna be me and do whatever. Really take this time to find yourself, Don't spend it being lackadaisical almost. I don't think that's a great word to use for it, but it's the only word I know. But just spend the time learning about who you are. What do you like? What are your values, your morals? What is at your core you? And you're going to change. You're going to learn. You're going to grow. Of course, this is the 4 years of growth and development, and we're starting our careers and starting life in general in adulthood. And so just starting that and gaining it is your key. But you need a good core foundation. So how can you do that? How can you be you and have a core foundation and know who you are before you step into a place where you can be whoever you want to be and nobody's going to know who you are? Well, okay, the first thing is to having your core. What are your morals? What are things that when you wake up in the morning, be like, this is a ride or die for me? Like, if this person doesn't agree with this, are we going to be friends? Are we going to do it? Some people have a good Christian moral value. Some people do different moral values. It just depends on what you need in your life. The second thing is, think about who you want to surround yourself with. Surround yourself with people when you move in. You're going to meet tons of new people, tons of new friends, faces. Honestly, my first week of class, I didn't remember half of the people's names, probably 3/4, just because there's so many people you're moving in with, you're noticing, you're seeing, you're talking to the first time, and you don't know anything about them, but it's just go here, go here, go here, and see all these new faces, and it's okay if you don't remember everybody, but think about who you want to be friends with. Do you want to be your inner circle? And of course, be nice to everybody. Share kindness through the world. Don't just be rude because you don't like them. No, be nice to everyone. Give everyone the opportunity. But who do you want to have in your inner circle? You want to have people in your inner circle who are going to lift you up and support you, and are going to want to do your same things. Say you and your roommate get along really well. Take that and cherish it. Appreciate it. Lift them up. Help them, be there for them, and have that connection. If you have a suite of like 8 people, similar to how I do, get a connection, make a family with those people. And if there's some people you just don't get along with, you don't vibe with, that's okay. You're gonna have a lot of those. So just learn to bob and weave through people, but take the time and the appreciation with the ones who you're surrounding yourself with. So make sure that they're caring people, they're kind people, they're driven. Whichever the case might be with a good support group. And luckily, I was blessed to have a great support group and a great suite and a great roommate, and it genuinely has been such a blessing to have. And I understand not everybody's going to have that situation. So maybe that's not your situation. Maybe your roommate is a roommate from actual hell. And you know what? That's okay. There's a reason for it, because you're going to go out and you're going to find people who you're going to click with. Join a club, join, a group of people, go to something and introduce yourself. Put yourself out there. Be okay with not knowing anyone in the room. Because probably, moral of the story, everyone there is going to be in the same boat, and they might know 1 or 2 people, but you're not going to know everyone in the room. So that's okay. But put yourself out there and be you genuinely, but understand that you're not going to get along with everybody. And that's okay. Some people just don't like you just from noticing who you are, and that is okay. But you are going to find your people if you do be yourself. Being yourself, putting yourself into this new situation, you'll find the people who do truly care about you for you, and not for some facade that you've made. Because if you make a facade for yourself, you're not going to find the people who care about you for you. So that would be the second tip, is just being you and putting yourself out there. And of course, that's the most generic tip. Everybody says it, but it is so true to put yourself out there and be you in this experience. Because without that, you're good. So let yourself in this new journey of life, if you are going through it for the first time, to actually be you. Because if you weren't able to be that in high school, do it now. Be truly and genuinely you, and you're going to find the right people. Because from my experience, I wasn't able to fully be myself in high school. I wasn't able to put myself out there and be the person who I am, genuinely. And it really pushed me back on the people I was surrounded with. So if you put yourself out there for who you are, you're going to be surrounded by people who are going to love you for you and get you to where you need to be, and you're going to help and have a support group of just amazing people. And I wish that upon everybody, is that they find their group, and it might take a while. You might be alone for the first 2 weeks. That's okay. You're going to find your group, and if you need to be alone, you need to be alone right now. That's completely okay too. So just take time to be you and push yourself out there and be uncomfortable in the situation, but know that it's going to work out and you're going to find your people if you be yourself. Okay, so the next thing is, what has it been like moving halfway across the country to go to college? And I know for a lot of people, they move a few hours, or maybe they move a few states. Some people move across the entirety of the country, and kudos to everybody who has done that. It is not an easy task, even just to leave your hometown. It is crazy that you're 18, 17, 19 years old, and society as a whole has just said, okay, go off and be an adult now, be on your own. So the fact that that's alone is pretty crazy, but I will say that it's such a good experience to officially have your own independence. And for me, it's been great, but I'm hyper independent, so maybe you're in the same boat, maybe you're not, and maybe it's been really tough, but either or, everything's gonna work out. And this is just the first stepping stone to where all of us need to be. So it's great that we're in this experience together. And if you do decide to move the way, like halfway across, whatever it might be, know that you are not the only one. And if you ever need someone to talk to vent to be like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm scared, reach out. I'm always here for you no matter what, because we're in this together. And it is not the easiest thing. I know for me, this experience, I've always wanted to leave and get out. I was blessed to grow up where I was, but I knew that there was more broad things, and it was called to being where I needed to be in Cali. And we talked about this in a previous episode. I think it was about 2 years ago, about finding your belonging and where you need to be in the world. If you have a calling to someplace, go for it and yell for it, because there is something meant for you in that place. And I'm sure you've seen the TikToks where it's like, go to a place that you've been called to because there's a story there for you. It's the same exact thing here. So that's what's really important. It's like calling where you need to be. And maybe you want to go far, and guess what? Turns out you got denied from that school. Well, you're meant to go to another school. And that's okay. That's okay. You are being guided to where you need to be. So this experience as a whole, at least for me, has been such a blessing. I've never been to the West Coast before, so being able to drive out here and see all of New Mexico, Arizona, and Cali, it's been a great experience to be able to see a whole new part of the world that I've never been to. And it just was really eye-opening that there's so much more out there. My whole life, I grew up thinking that the East Coast is where I was going to be. Like, ride or die, East Coast. NYC, Columbia, that is where I'm going to college. There's no other options. That's it. And I'm going to be an NYC girly and live my life there. But turns out I'm on a totally opposite coast, unfamiliar land, didn't know anybody, and I just jumped right into it. I knew actually no one going into this experience. So it was scary, I'm not gonna lie, a whole new thing. But with that, there was a plus. We remember, glass half full. With always a negative, there's going to be a positive. And the positive was I got to reinvent myself who I was. I got to be me. I got to experience life genuinely for what it was. And being here, it's been such a blessing to just wake up every morning and just be so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. And yes, I will say with that contingency, I did get to go where I've wanted to go. It was my top school. I will say being able to go to the dream school that I put on my list as my top choice, I know not everybody has that experience, and that's okay. Maybe you ended up with your bottom choice, and that is okay. You're meant to be where you're going to be. So with that, take the gratitude and the time and the appreciation to just breathe and know that wake up in the morning and just say 3 things you're positive for. And I know it's cheesy, but really it does help. Wake up and be like, I am grateful for this, grateful for this, grateful to just be here and be in college and just have that experience. Because moving to a whole new location, it's scary. It was a daunting task. I had to pack all of my things from home. I'm not able to just drive home on the weekend and see my parents, who I'm deeply close with. I'm not able to do a lot of things that I was able to do at home. But with that, I have been able to do so many greater things. So many greater things than just being at home. I've got to experience California. Just to be able to wake up to that is such a blessing. And it could be the same even if you're going to a place in Washington, in a place in Florida, in a place in Pennsylvania, in a place in Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, like Mississippi, Alabama. No matter where you're at all, just know you have to have so much gratitude for being able to go to this college or go to this place and starting college, to have an education, to have a career, to have a start to something, to have, even if you're close to home, even if you're far away from home, being able to have that appreciation for it will just change your outlook on it. It will make you so much more grateful, more appreciative, and make it a lot more easy. So I encourage you to embrace that unknown feeling of moving to a new place. With that, college, and we're gonna do some episodes of more, so if you have any college advice, tips, tricks, college stories you want to share, please feel free to reach out. That time management, what we all dread, and as a major procrastinator, time management is my ride or die thing. I think that I've used this iPad more than I have anything before, so if you're going to college, I highly would recommend getting some sort of planner, a tablet, anything. I use Notion, I use GoodNotes to have an actual planner. I use Notion that I would love to make an episode kind of going more deep into, so if you want that, please let me know. And I use 2 planners. I use Notion Calendar just to organize everything, because being on your own, you do have to have a lot of autonomy. It is not just like high school where you're handed to it. You have to actually plan and organize. And we will dive more deep into this on certain episodes, but just know that going into college, work on your time management skills, have a planner, have a place where you can organize everything. And the next thing is organize your environment. Have your environment a place where you want to be. Like, my desk is a place I want to be and study. My bed is a place where I want to be. My suite is a place where I want to be and have. If you don't have that, find a place. Go to the library. Find a study spot. Luckily, I have the ocean. If you have the ocean near you or mountains, whatever, find a place at your college that you can go and just breathe and be you. Find a place to study. Find a place to relax. Have those different spots. Have a coffee shop that you go to. Find those places, and it will really help you just be able to experience it to a full and be able to lock in. So if you have homework, you're going to go to your study spot. If you need to relax, you're going to go to your hangout spot. Find places and make those places yours. If it's your desk where you study, make your desk yours. If it's your bed that you need to rest, make your bed yours. Have a good environment that you truly do appreciate and need, because that will really help you. And as much as you can, you don't have to have the most aesthetic room. You don't have to have the most aesthetic desk. Just have a place that you know that is yours. And if it works for you, it works for you. But find those places, find what brings you joy and what will motivate you, and do it. Because be your inner Elle Woods and work hard, because you have to prove order wrong and you have to do well to succeed. With that, our last point is making friends and just putting yourself out there. Putting yourself out there in college can be scary, and as somebody who is an ambivert, there was times where I was like, I need to lock away. Like, please, everyone leave me alone. I'm really scared, big crowd. And then there's other times where I'm like, woo, party, dance, let's go. I've had both. And with that, put yourself out there, make friends with people, enjoy the moment and the time, but know that it's okay to say no to people. You're gonna find your people, you're gonna find your group, but you don't know unless you try. So really do put yourself out there and try different experiences and say yes to things. Go be a people person, experience it. You have 4 years, or if you're doing a 2-year or 3, but you have 4 years to really learn and grow and experience it. Do it. Say yes. Say no if you don't feel comfortable, but say yes and get yourself out there to experiences that you might have never known about. So just try it. Try something new. Get out of your bubble. You're in a whole new place, whole new environment, and really lock into that and appreciate that, and try new things, meet new people, and get out. Go get out of your dorm. Go experience life. Like, just go and go. Just keep doing things, enjoying it, and just having a good time. Just really say yes to things. But of course, if you don't feel comfortable and you're in an environment where you don't want to do that, you can always say no. So learning to balance that, which is another episode that will be coming up. So look forward to that in the near future. So with this concludes the end of the episode of the college life transition of moving far away to a new college and a new life and experience. So of course, be unapologetically yourself. Be true to you. Say yes to things. Learn and find places that really bring you joy and how to manage your time. And know that it is going to be a scary experience, but that's okay. Embrace in the scary and just do it. If you don't know, that's okay not to know. Everyone else is in the same boat as you, so make friends and have a group and a support group in the process. So with that, thank you so much for coming and joining me in this lovely conversation of figuring out college. So I look forward to everything to hear from you, and I'm so glad that we are officially on a video format and posting on the YouTube channel. How this is going to work is every other week I'm going to post an episode, and then in between those weeks I'm going to post like a vlog or a video and just kind of mix it up a little bit, but it's still going to be streamed on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. It's still going to be there, but now it's just going to be also available on YouTube, which is so exciting. I've always wanted to do it, so here we are, and I'm very glad to just be able to do this and to talk with you guys again and officially make it face-to-face and one-on-one. And we have a new microphone, so yay! With that, I am so blessed and so thankful that you were able to join me today in our lovely conversation of figuring out college, and maybe this will give you some insight of what to do in your first semester or what to look forward to as you apply to colleges. With that being said, I thank you so much for being here. Please share, like, follow, all of the things, and if you need to send this to somebody, feel free to send it to somebody. Just spread this message out through the world and hopefully be a positive in somebody else's life. With that being said, thank you so much, and I'm so grateful, and I hope you're having a great day, evening, night, whenever you listen to this, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!